opening new survey shows just how deep financial damage can strike for people caring for a relative or even a friend with Alzheimer's disease. The study finds nearly half of Alzheimer's caregivers are cutting back on their own basic necessities to afford dementia care. Here with more details of this sobering survey is Beth Kallmeyer, Alzheimer's Association VP of Constituent Services, and also Alzheimer's advocate Bobby Rickard, who is advocating for Alzheimer's out of Washington. Good morning to you both. Great to have you on the show this morning. Talk about this survey, if you would, and share a few of these findings, some sobering details.
So the 2016 Alzheimer's Disease Facts and Figures survey put out by the Alzheimer's Association highlights the tremendous personal financial costs that people taking care of someone with Alzheimer's disease are facing. For example, 1 in 5 are putting off their own medical care. They're not filling their prescriptions. They're not going to the doctor. Another 1/3 of our survey respondents were more likely to sometimes be making difficult decisions about putting food on the table or sometimes going hungry. So what this tells us is that very few people are prepared for the tremendous cost of caring for somebody with Alzheimer's disease.
Yeah, so hard. I mean, especially when it's your loved one that needs the care. How serious of a problem is Alzheimer's, maybe when speaking specifically to our state of Florida, Beth?
Yeah, well, you know, in the state of Florida, there's a lot of seniors, and so you've got 510,000 people right now in 2016 living with Alzheimer's disease, and that could go as high as 720,000 people by 2025 if something doesn't change in terms of modifying the disease or finding a medication to slow things down.
Now, Bobby, you are advocating for Alzheimer's and advocating everywhere, but you're doing this from Washington. What do you hope to accomplish while you're in Washington?
I've set out kind of 3 goals for myself, Stephanie, that I'd like to achieve while I'm here at the Alzheimer's Association Advocacy Forum. First and foremost, I'd like to learn more so I can help prepare others that I come into contact with so they are better prepared to help a loved one or a friend that has the disease. I found that myself and my wife and family, we weren't prepared whenever my dad moved in with us and lived with us for just short of 3 years. Secondly, I want to raise awareness to the staggering costs associated with the disease, as Beth has kind of spoken to. And then lastly, I'd like to advocate for treatment or a cure for the disease, because Alzheimer's is the only disease in the top 10 deadliest diseases for which there's not a cure. They can't prevent it, or it can't be slowed down.
As we close here, what can really maybe be done to manage that burden of care? You know, like I said, the decision can be so difficult when you're dealing with a loved one or even a friend. So whoever is in the need of that care, that amount can be pretty stressful and take a toll on a person. So as you said, you don't want to do it alone.
The Alzheimer's Association recommends that, as Bobby said, people don't do this alone, but they can turn to the association to get help in understanding how to plan for and understand what resources and community services are available to them as they face this disease. When people are looking at retirement planning, they should think about long-term care and the costs of long-term care so that they can address that before it becomes an issue. And if you have someone in the family living with Alzheimer's disease, we urge you to contact the Alzheimer's Association, and they can find lots of information at alz.org.
Well, you certainly don't want to be alone in this time, and it sounds like this online resource could really provide some relief for people everywhere. So thank you so much for taking the time to share these resources and also to chat with us today. So great to have you on. For more information on this segment, head to our website, fox4morningblend.com.
All right, up next, we help get your pantries ready for a taste of spring. What you need to have on the shelf for a well-stocked kitchen. Stay with us.